What's up, you crazy movie collectors, and welcome back to the Lucid Nightmare. I'm your host, as always, Jay Schatzer, and it's time for another Quickie. Well, it's a Quickie with a movie haul update. So I got a bunch of new movies and want to show it to you guys, so let's get right into it. First up is an action-packed, fun as all hell Italian action film. Pretty much a ripoff of the Escape from New York kind of films. There was a rash of them in Italy in the 80s that came out after the success of John Carpenter's film. And the movie I'm talking about is Escape from the Bronx. Such a badass film. Totally ridiculous, over the top, and just all action. It's just so many explosions, so many shots to the face. I mean, it's just... It's insanity. But Enzo Castellari put this baby out, directed it, and it is just insanity. What is this? The Blue Underground release with the Blu-ray and DVD right there. And I actually am working on a video review for this flick, and it should be coming out next week, so pretty much stay tuned for that, because it's a hell of a lot of fun and just plain ridiculous. It's actually a sequel. It follows over a character named Trash from, what is it, Bronx Warriors, 2010 Bronx Warriors or something like that. And yeah, it's pretty much just like a continuation of his story. But yeah, it's pretty much like a post-apocalyptic kind of thing, where New York City is just a shithole, the Bronx is a war zone, and pretty much everyone's being executed that still lives in the Bronx. So the gangs that all live there and inhabit it, they decide to fight back, and that's pretty much the gist of it. Total mayhem ensues, and it just goes batshit crazy from there. But that is Escape from the Bronx in a nutshell, and a great addition to the collection. Never had it on DVD, so it's nice to have it both in DVD format and Blu-ray right now. And just added into my Italian sleaze collection. But up next is a pretty gothic movie, and surprisingly it's not a Hammer film. I always thought it was, but it is not, but it's got that same flavor. It is Die, Monster, Die. It's a really, really great film. The colors and just photography in the movie is brilliant, and Boris Karloff stars in it. And it's pretty much based off an H.P. Lovecraft kind of story. But, yeah, it's pretty much a guy goes to his girlfriend's place to meet the family, and the father's kind of obsessed with this thing in that, like... I don't want to give too much away, because it's kind of a mystery where it kind of unravels while the film's going on. But definitely check it out if you love H.P. Lovecraft stuff, and if you love that Hammer feel. And it's like an American film, but it does have that British kind of gothic flair to it. So definitely check it out if that sounds up your alley. But Scream Factory put this guy out, and I have it on DVD, and it's nice to upgrade it to the Blu-ray. But up next is a ridiculous movie directed by Larry Cohen. It's hard to describe, so I'm just going to tell you what it is. It is Q, the Winged Serpent. Crazy monster flick. It's pretty much New York City is under attack by a dragon. That's the best, shortest summary and most succinct way I can put it. A dragon attacks New York City. It's just picking people off, and people try to stop it. That's it. And I've been wanting to do a review on this one because it's a lot of fun. The characters are wild, and just the premise is insane. So I'll probably get a review out for this one in the coming month, because it's been on my list, but I just keep putting it off for some reason. But definitely a fun flick. Q, the Winged Serpent. This is a Shout Factory one, and I own it on DVD, but now I have it upgraded to Blue. So... another good upgrade. But next up is a film I have not seen before. And it's an old black and white, an oldie but a goodie. Came out in 1945. And yeah, it is Game of Death. Really cool looking black and white film. I know that this film has inspired a lot of films throughout the ages, and I know like a little tidbit is that I think sets from King Kong, the original King Kong, were used in this one, but it's pretty much the old story of a rich person hunting human beings, and that's pretty much the gist of it. It's probably like the first film where that concept came about, and I know there's just tons and tons of films like that now. But yeah, it looks like it's fun. I don't know why I've never gotten around to see it, but I guess it's because I never owned it before. But now I got it on Blu-ray, so I should check it out soon and see what I think about it. But I'm pretty sure I'm going to enjoy it. I love just classic black and white films, and especially the premise is pretty interesting. So that is A Game of Death, put out by Kino Lorber. I got a shit ton of Kino Lorber films. I love what they put out, so I always pick up anything on their sales. But let's keep moving forward to a very, very fun film. Spanish-Italian production. I've owned it on a different format in a different title, but this one on Blu-ray is called Orgy of the Living Dead. And the other title that I have it on under I have a DVD edition is The Hanging Woman. And like I said, Spanish-Italian production. It is more or less a zombie film. It's got some pretty cool zombie moments in it. And it's got a lot of ghost story elements, and just, it kind of spans the gamut of horror archetypes around this time. And this is, I believe, this is in the, let's say it's the 70s. This is a 70s film. I'm not seeing anything on here, but it's a damn awesome film. Paul Naschy, Naschy or Naschy, I don't know how you really pronounce his name, but he has a great role as Igor in this film. He's the gravedigger, and he's just really, really strange and out there. But it's more of a cameo appearance. He's not really a lead star in this one. But a really amazing film. I really love the style in it. It definitely has that Spanish-Italian kind of co-production style to it. And zombies are pretty cool. Just the whole overall look at the film is really gothic, centered around a really small kind of village, an intimate cast, really cool stuff. But I actually have a review on this one, another video review coming up. I should be putting it out next week sometime on this film, so definitely stay tuned for that one, because really cool film that not a lot of people talk about, and more people should. But like I said, owned it on DVD prior, now upgraded to Blu-ray. Next up is a Criterion release, a film that I watched a long, long time ago when Netflix was doing solely mailing discs out if you want to watch movies from their service. And I've always wanted to check this one out because I'm a sucker for kind of, what is this, 60s? Yeah, 1964, 60s sci-fi. I'm a sucker for it, and the whole premise was cool. So I watched it, loved it, and eventually I just picked it up. It's Robinson Crusoe on Mars. And yeah, it's a really, really interesting kind of play on Robinson Crusoe's story. Stranded on the planet Mars, and they have a little chimpanzee in a astronaut outfit, and I just remember it being really really corny for a Criterion release, like, to put it out, but I love this kind of 60s schlock, the style, just everything about it, and Criterion does great job on their transfer, so I'm really looking forward to revisiting this one, because it's been a long time. I think it's been like 10 years since I've seen it, so just happy to have it into the collection. I never owned it on DVD, so this is a first time in the collection. Robinson Crusoe on Mars, and just a fun film, fun sci-fi. The next up is a very, very fun film, one I used to watch when it was on TV all the time. It is a comedy film, an 80s comedy film, and it has John Candy in the starring role, and the movie I'm talking about is Delirious. And this one's just a cornball movie. I don't exactly remember the precise plot of the film, but from what I remember as a kid, John Candy's a writer, and he has a typewriter that anything he writes down comes true. So he pretty much just writes his life as some crazy adventure, gets mixed up in all kinds of soap opera kind of stuff. I just remember it being a hell of a lot of fun, and figured I'd just pick it up, on Blu-ray. Never owned it on DVD, so this will be a first time in the collection. And just really, I probably should check this out either tonight or the next couple nights, because I need a little pick-me-up. And John Candy and Delirious is right up my alley for that. So that is John Candy's Delirious. Great Kino Lorber release here. So looking forward to checking that one out. Haven't seen it since I was maybe 12 or 13 years old. So we'll see. We'll see how I think of it now. But let's keep moving on. Got another Criterion release here. It is a Val Lewton production, and he is known for some very, very beautiful black and white photography kind of films. And the movie, probably one of his most famous ones, I guess, is this one, Cat People. I've actually never seen this one, the original. I've seen the 80s version and love that one. But I think with the combination of like Val Lewton producing it and just having that black and white crisp style, it's actually directed by Jacques Tourneur. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but yeah, from the trailer and what I've done research in the past, it really does look like an interesting and beautiful film. Concept's pretty cool, and yeah, Criterion, you really can't go wrong with anything they put out. I mean, they always put out quality stuff, so figured I would pick that one up and add it to the collection because it's never been in there. So another new addition to the collection. A lot of new ones this haul. But we're gonna round out this video with the two more, which I'm gonna do them at the same time because they're part 1, 2. They're actually, I think it's just season 1 of the show, if I'm doing this correctly. But it is an an outstanding anime show, and it is Attack on Titan. I got Attack on Titan Part 1 of Season 1 and Attack on Titan Part 2 of Season 1 on Blu-ray. And I love this show. I've seen maybe Season 1 and half of Season 2. I don't think I finished Season 2, but just batshit crazy. I mean, if you want nightmares, watch this, because pretty much, if you don't know anything about the anime series, it's people live in these isolated villages, like castle villages with huge stone walls, and they're constantly under attack by giant, strange-looking, weird, half-naked people that pretty much just blast down their walls and swallow people whole. It's just like a zombie film, but when the zombies are like 20 feet tall or whatever. And it's pretty cool. There's a whole kind of mythology behind it, and ways that they battle the Titans, as they're called, and where they have these kind of grappling things where they can swing around and swing up to their heads and cut them with their swords. It's just a really cool concept, and really intrigued by this the second I saw it, and really love it. So glad to have this in the collection. I think I don't have any of the anime in the collection, but I do have part 1 of the live action film. So just nice to have these guys in there. Really awesome anime, brutal, disturbing, frightening, and very inventive. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this movie haul, this little update, this quickie. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you like what I'm doing here. If you do, please like and subscribe, and if you have time, leave a comment below, because I'd love to hear from you. But until then, I will see you guys the next time I'm in front of a camera talking about movies. But guys, you take care and stay out of trouble, okay? See you guys.